They come.
Going high.
Roger that, we'll sweep.
They're on top of us. We can't stay here.
In 1977, the space probe Voyager 1 took the first photograph of Earth's moon system from 1.6 miles away. In 1979, it flew by Jupiter, which has a moon called Io. It discovered its surface is volcanically active. In 1980, it passed Saturn. In 2012, Voyager 1 left our solar system and entered interstellar space. Meanwhile, on Earth, a group of American soldiers is on a mission in a dangerous war zone. Two enemies nearly surprise them, but they respond quickly and bring them down. As bombs explode, the team continues to move despite the distance, killing anyone who gets too close. They climb some stairs to get to a balcony, and the snipers get in position to begin shooting enemies from above. The rest of the team searches for enemies, constructing a structure to kill every man who gets in their way. Dozens of men fall one after another without mercy until the building is clear. Then, the team takes to the street again and notices jets flying above the town as they continue to kill enemies. Unfortunately, as they turn around a corner, they discover a full squad of foes already waiting. The group rushes towards them, taking over and joining the shootout. But no, regardless of how many men they bring down, the squad is too big to have any chance to win. They choose to retreat. However, as they begin moving back, a soldier is shot, and Rhodey has to pick him up. Nobody stops shooting as they flee, seeking refuge wherever they can find it while killing more and more men. Rhodey wants to care for his friend's wound, but he has to maintain his shot to protect himself. By the time he checks on the wound again, the soldier is dead. Another enemy team is coming, and the team is cornered at the end of the street. Therefore, they use the radio to request assistance. Suddenly, the area becomes dark, with a red light appearing among dense clouds in the sky. Both teams stare in surprise as the light demonstrates a mysterious machine that shoots a beam that kills the entire enemy squad with just one movement. Then, the light turns white and charges for a few seconds before emitting a large amount of voltage. The lightning strikes the American soldiers, who are dragged into the machine that an alien restrains to put them through some experiments. The soldiers notice flashes of their old lives in the final battle before passing out. Somewhat later, the team is frozen inside a strange device. Suddenly, the machine is turned off, and the soldiers awaken as they are ejected. It takes them a moment to recover while throwing up all the liquid in their lungs. Jax recognizes that stasis resin should dissolve quickly, but he doesn't know why he has that knowledge. The team does not know where they are and suspects that the Russians or the Chinese have kidnapped them. However, the writing on the machines is not from Earth. Reyes discovers a plaque with their names and unit designations, but he does not understand why he knows that either. All of their guns are topped off. The last thing they recall is the shootout in the street, followed by the lightning. Leader Kelly says they should get moving before their kidnapper discovers them. There is a large circular door at the end of the corridor, but pressing the button will not open it. The soldiers work together to open it manually. After taking another hallway, they discover the second door has been warped off its track. Rhodey notices a vent hatch in the wall and dispatches Reyes to investigate. With a light in his mouth, Reyes crawls through the vent and finds several routes he takes, the only one that has any light remaining. Eventually, he discovers another hatch and emerges on the other side of the vent door. After he informs the team, they also enter the vent to join him. A better look at the door from this side reveals some nasty burns and impact marks, as if someone had tried extremely hard to get in there. It seems the location is like a maze, and Nash believes they're in a secret underwater prison. Suddenly, they hear strange noises, so they move forward to keep investigating. In the next corridor, they discover a trail of blood on the floor. There is also a clamp on the wall, indicating a power failure. This means the site must be dying, which explains why the machine was turned off. Let them go. The next room has plenty of fog on the floor. A drop of blood lands on Ria's face. When he looks up, he finds a bunch of bodies hanging from their feet. They have no heads. Kelly takes Gibbs, and Reyes enters the following room. Another mutilated body hangs above a strange table. There is also a handcuffed woman named Robbie who awakens and speaks in another language. The soldiers pull a lever to release her. At that moment, a monstrous alien appears in front of Gibbs, slashing him with its massive claws before hurling him back. In the previous room, Nash discovers a weird-looking weapon. The trio, hearing the commotion nearby, rushes to help their friends with open fire. Normal bullets don't seem to have much effect on the enemy's armor, and the alien knocks down 3 soldiers in one hit. When Kelly tries to shoot the alien, it immediately disarms him and grabs him by the neck, looking at him for a moment before throwing him as well. As the alien attacks Jax, Nash hands over the strange weapon to Rhodey, who eventually manages to activate it and shoots at their enemy to knock it down. The soldiers believe it's dead, but take a closer look just for the alien to roar. To their surprise, Robbie cuts in to properly shoot it to death. She then says something to the others that I don't understand before leaving. The group follows her after discovering that Gibbs is deceased. In the next corridor, Kelly is surprised when Robbie speaks in her native language. Another alien shows up nearby, and Kelly opens fire while instructing others to run. The alien also has a laser gun, and he immediately shoots to bring Robbie down. Soon, its own team of monsters emerges behind it and opens fire. The men help Robbie and run as quickly as possible. The chase continues, with both sides constantly shooting as they move. The soldiers manage to take cover in the following corridor, and Robbie sees a door. She closes the opening by pulling a lever. Kelly places a knife between the door and the wall and tells Jax he will accompany Robbie in her search for an escape route. The aliens begin pounding on the door, and the soldiers back off, knowing it will not last for long. Jax and Robbie discover a hole filled with cables and climb through until they reach a vent. Reyes explains others should follow the duo and stay behind as a distraction. When the door finally opens, Reyes shoots at the first alien, knocking it down and causing the door to close again. Nonetheless, all the monsters manage to break through, coming for him, so Reyes runs to the hole. When he gets to the vent, the alien grabs his leg and pulls him back out. A second monster peeks inside, and Rhodey immediately blows its head off. The team eventually discovers an exit and pushes metal beams to enter a room. After Nash freaks out upon hearing that Reyes has died, he yells about meeting aliens. Kelly calms him before asking Rhodey why he knows how to use the laser gun, but Rhodey can't remember. Jax tries to take care of Robbie's wound, however, she insists she's fine. Her words are translated by Kelly, who doesn't know why she understands Russian. He tries to ask her questions, and she calls men sleepers before confirming that monsters are aliens. After explaining to Robbie, they are on a spaceship and she reveals she speaks English, telling them they need to go to a safe location. Nash continues to freak out while Rhodey, to get him to stop talking, threatens him. Robbie interrupts and reminds them that they must keep moving. Meanwhile, Reyes is mutilated by aliens who use a device to examine his memories and learn everything the team knows. Following what it saw in his memories, the alien reaches the bent door and activates a device on the gauntlet. In one of the corridors, Robbie explains that the alien with scars is the leader and has dozens of monsters assisting it. She reveals that there are motion sensors on the walls and that the alien's goal is to get a meal. When they enter the next room, they find themselves on a bridge over an abyss, surrounded by thousands of lights. Jax gets a closer look and discovers they are not light bulbs. They're actually capsules with bodies inside. Robbie calls them sleepers and insists they should get going. They rested in the next corridor so Kelly can redo Robbie's bandage. They talked about their lives before the war, and Kelly shares that he is a divorced father. Nash starts, "I wonder if the creatures are demons. Instead of aliens, they are going through the biblical rapture." Minutes later, the team discovers a hangar filled with containers. Robbie clarifies that they contain all the items that the aliens stole from the Earth. Rhodey believes it's strange that the aliens haven't attacked and theorizes that they are moving ahead to box. Bring them in. Kelly agrees and announces the LL fight, ignoring Robbie as she claims it's a bad idea. Jax volunteers to be the bait and goes to the hallway where he begins singing. The aliens follow his voice to locate him, and Jax fires quickly. After several shots, keeping their attention, he begins to run. So, the aliens pursue him as they continue firing their laser guns. Jax occasionally turns around and fires back, not causing much damage, but still keeping them angry. Eventually, Jax reaches the hangar in which he keeps taunting the aliens to follow him. When the creatures encounter a dead end, Nash shoots one in the head with his sniper spot. Next, the rest of the team surrounds the enemies and opens fire, killing them all one by one. After they refinished, Robbie points out it was overly simple, and she's afraid of falling into a trap. Suddenly, another alien squad enters the hangar. The team immediately opens fire. However, not even Nash can land a shot. This time, the aliens have brought extremely strong shields. Everyone starts running. Nash jumps from container to container until he reunites with his team. They rush to the door as fast as possible, but unfortunately, Jax is shot in the back and instantly killed. Nash yells in grief and shoots the killer in the head for revenge. The 4 survivors run out of the hangar and enter a corridor where they take cover and continue shooting until Robbie discovers the handle that closes the door. There are aliens coming from the opposite side too, so the team escapes via a hatch in the wall. They slide down a tunnel to land in a pool filled with rotting skeletons and flesh. The odor is so unpleasant that a few of them vomit. When Nash begins to retch, Kelly has to calm him down. A voice interrupts the conversation, coming from above. Ravi looks up and is surprised to see her mother, Anya. She immediately drops a rope. Ravi climbs up, and the women are reunited with a hug. The soldiers also use the rope. Kelly sees Anna's uniform, which indicates that she is a Russian soldier. Anya guides the group through the corridors, always making sure to avoid the sensors on the walls. She leads them to a hatch on the floor, and they descend to the basement, locking the door. All the walls have been decorated with artwork. Kelly explains how his team awoke, and Anna explains that it was a trophy room. They only managed to escape thanks to the machine malfunctioning. She lost track of time since she was kidnapped, but she believes she's been here for about 20 or 30 years. The soldiers realize that Ravi was born aboard the ship. Finally, Anya reveals that an invasion occurred. It turns out Voyager 1 had a map to invite friendly aliens to Earth. Nevertheless, these evil creatures discovered it and used it to invade. First, they kidnapped the world's best military strategists. They connected their devices to human minds to gather information, which means the soldiers were frozen inside the machine for decades. All those strange nightmares they saw were war games. Aliens created this to study how humanity fought. This allowed them to crush Earth in a matter of weeks. The mental connection worked both ways, which is why the soldiers learn. In exchange, I received a few items. Anya calls it receiving gift. This ship is taking everything to return the spoils of war to the aliens' planet. The father of Robbie sabotaged the reactor, causing machines to fail. Anna usually doesn't share with the sleepers. That is how she remained alive for so long. Nevertheless, her team died during the sabotage mission, and now she needs the soldiers' assistance. Anna has the gift of hearing the creatures from a distance and understanding what they're saying, and she understands they're trying to repair the communication relay. If they contact their home planet, even more aliens will come, so they must stop them. The soldiers have a moment to rest, and Nash claims they'll never go home. Kelly looks at a photo of his daughter and realizes she must be around 40 years old, if she is alive at all. This makes Rhodey think about his children. I agree. The team decides it wants to fight and devises a plan with Anya. They believe there are roughly 24 aliens left, and the comm center is on the top deck, where they are strongest. The vents can get them there, though the aliens will immediately detect them. Luckily, Anna has a lot of explosives they can use. The group crawls through the vents to reach the top deck. Rhodey and Kelly agree to keep the aliens distracted while Nash and the women prepare the explosives. Anya also gives Kelly a stolen gauntlet that will enable him to use a shield. The group splits. Nash's team quickly makes it to the main room, where they observe the alien guards from a balcony. In the corridor, Kelly and Rhodey discover a sensor covered in blood. They search for another source of blood. Soon, an alien receives the alert on its gauntlet. Kelly shoots at the sensor to taunt the enemy. The guards inside the main room have been called away, so Nash's team can finally come out, although he keeps watch while the women install the explosives. Kelly and Rhodey hide, hearing guards approaching, and wait for the right time to shoot them both from behind. Backup promptly arrives, and Kelly activates the shield in response to the fire. This allows him and Rhodey to maintain fighting. An alien grasps one of its teammates to protect itself and pushes ahead, forcing the men to flee. They hide in another corridor, and the shootout continues. Unfortunately, one of the aliens detects something on its gauntlet and sends half of its team in a different direction. Within the main room, Anya hears the aliens approaching. Kelly and Rhodey call to warn them about the same thing while still caught in the shootout. However, the trio has no way to escape. When Kelly crosses the door, Rhodey closes it and orders him to rescue the others while he holds the aliens back. Then Rhodey goes all in against the aliens, firing their laser guns until it runs out of power. He switches to his regular gun and approaches one of the creatures, picking him up through the shield. Rhodey is smashed against the wall before the alien comes closer to look at his face. He takes that opportunity to drop 2 grenades, creating a massive explosion in the corridor that kills him. He is surrounded by aliens. The remaining half of the alien squad makes it into the main room, and the humans open fire to bring down as many as possible. Initially, they perform well, but unfortunately, more aliens with shields arrive. Anya makes Robbie leave and asks Nash to protect her. A larger alien also shows up and opens fire to bring Anya down. Ravi cries for his mother, and Nash has to drag her away when he sees Anya take out the detonator. There are explosives activated, and the subsequent explosion blows up the entire room, bringing down the massive machine and the aliens around it. In the corridor, Nash notices more aliens are coming, forcing Robbie to hide inside the hat. Then he starts yelling. He runs, and the the aliens pursue him without noticing the girl. He pauses, running into a dead end where he begins singing the same song as Jax. Nash shoots down as many aliens as he can. He wonders whether he should activate his explosives too. However, determined to survive, he pulls out his gun again. Once she is unable to hear any more noises, Robbie emerges, only to locate an alien nearby. Meanwhile, Kelly is shocked to discover a room filled with humans imprisoned in cells, begging him for help. Kelly turns around and sees an alien that knocks him out. He dreamt about his daughter being happy on Earth, but then the aliens suddenly kidnap her. Kelly awakens to find himself in one of the cells. Robbie is in the neighboring one. She has to inform him that the others did not make it. The aliens enter, grabbing Kelly by the neck and pushing him against the wall. Then they drag him through the corridors and transport him to the strange table from earlier. They hang him upside down. The alien grabs a blade and prepares to strike, but at that point, it sees Nash hiding inside the table. With only one shot, Nash takes the creature's head and kills it. After that, the two make their way through the corridor, killing any aliens that come too close. They reach Kelly, who opens the cells and rescues the prisoners. More monsters will come, so Nash opens fire with a laser gun, taking down enemy after enemy. After the entire prison population has been released, the soldiers shut the door and run away with Ravi. Soon, the aliens catch up with them. The trio takes cover behind a wall and fires back. Humans are slowly running out of bullets. Nash throws his belt, which is full of grenades, and Kelly closes the door to prevent the resulting explosion from injuring them too. Nash rests against another door. He celebrates the victory, only to suddenly be stabbed with a blade. The alien leader enters the room, so Kelly tells Robbie to run before taunting the creature to maintain its focus on him. He picks up a blade and starts fighting the enemy, who is constantly knocking him down with blow after blow. The alien even throws Kelly against the roof. Before throwing his weapon, Kelly has to dodge. Next, the alien activates its shield to hit Kelly as well. After several blows, the alien retrieves his sword and charges at Kelly. The soldier waits for the monster to cross the door to close it, catching the body and killing it. Seconds later, Kelly rejoins Robbie, who is too scared to go out. Kelly moves first and follows him to discover they're on Earth, which has become a wasteland. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, leave a comment about your favorite movie, and we will make it next. Thanks for watching.